to PS10 Radio. This is your host, Anjalon, and today is an episode of Self-Care. We're going to be doing a mindful art exercise. As you prepare to create and set a gentle intention for this time, I invite you to say these following supportive phrases. May this time be a space for release. May what I create help lighten my heart. I am open to the process. Let your creativity become a safe container, one that can hold your emotions with compassion, one that welcomes the truth of what you really feel. You are here, you are supported, and you are ready to create. In this episode, we're going to be talking about how to get unstuck and the reasons you were stuck in the first place. To kind of be in a place where you feel like there's no other choice, like you don't know what your choices are, or you're not able to tap into them because of maybe an emotional or mental block, or maybe even a physical or financial block. You may be feeling stuck in your career, like I have to work this job. There's no other way that I can get another job right now, or I don't have the capacity to do other things. It kind of means that you are just going with whatever life gives you, and you just feel like there's nothing I can do about it. I have no choice. I have no control. You really do not feel like there are different options for you at the time. So you kind of get stuck. You just keep doing the same old thing over and over. You accept things as they come. In a way that is detrimental to you. It's not necessarily an acceptance of, oh, okay, this is happening and I'm okay with it, or I will go from here. It's kind of like this is happening and there's nothing I can do about it, and I pretty much am helpless or hopeless or feel burdened by it. So there are different ways that you can address being unstuck, and there are different ways you can address being stuck. One is just having the awareness that you actually are stuck. You're actually in that place where you have less hope than what you are afforded to. You don't feel like your worth or your values or anything is lining up with what you really want for yourself. You're not sure what your purpose is. You're just kind of lost. Anything that cultivates awareness of how you feel is going to allow for you to make the necessary changes you need to do in order to move forward. So that's why bringing awareness into this situation of feeling stuck is so imperative. It's really the first step in moving forward. It's the first step in gaining self-knowledge and self-discovery, because you really cannot change what you do not acknowledge. The second thing is to be still. Just because you're aware that, oh, I'm stuck right now. I'm not in a good spot. I'm kind of in a place where I feel like I don't know what to do. That is a sign and a signal to you, or it should be a sign and a signal to you to just be still. If you can't make the best choice for you at the time, be still. If it's the choice is not clear, be still. If the answers are not coming to you, be still. And that's when you need to tap into yourself, go into your mindfulness mode. What do I want? Like for myself, I'd be like, Anjalon, what do you want? Take out my journal, start brain dumping, maybe some pros and cons list, maybe do my T-graph, whatever I need to do to get out all of my thoughts and feelings about the situation and just be still. I'm not making decisions. I'm not basically putting all my options down as these are my only choices. I'm just acknowledging that this is how I feel. I don't know what to do. I'm going to be still until it comes to me. And then I'm also going to ask God for discernment. What do you want me to learn, Lord? What do you want me to do? What are my options? Please make it plain and clear. And let me tell you, when you ask God for plain and clear, for clarity, He will deliver. He will give it to you. There are many times in my life that have brought me to places that I would have never imagined if I would not have asked God to usher in and give me discernment. So it's very imperative that you gain that self-awareness. I need help right now. I'm stuck. And then be still so that you can hear what your choices are. And it's not just going to be something someone else tells you or delivers. It's most likely going to be something that aligns with your spirit. So that means you need to pray, tap into God, and be still. And lastly, you need to trust the process. There's a process here. And sometimes we get all caught up, and I know you've heard this before because I've heard it several times lately. You get all caught up in how am I going to get there? Like, okay, these are my choices, but how am I going to do that? It doesn't seem like I have enough money. It doesn't seem like I have enough time. I don't have the support system I need. I don't have the emotional or mental capacity to do those things. Trust the process. If it's for you, it's for you. It's going to happen for you. Just trust the process. Lean in. Don't check out. Anything worth going through is going to be worth having. So you're actually learning as you're going through everything. The lesson isn't just knowing that you're stuck. The lesson is actually going through the process to get unstuck. And this is the beauty of trusting the process, is that you learn to gain self-trust. Because now you can say, if you're leaning into the process and you start to get more clarity, you start to get more self-awareness, and it takes you back through that cycle of you're being still, you're trusting in God. And as He shows things to you and delivers you from things and actually blesses you with other things and takes away this and that, you start to realize that you're making good choices. The more good choices you make, the more good habits you make, the more things that you see come to pass that you've actually heard about or believed as you prayed or as you sat in stillness, you start to realize I can trust myself because I know that my intuition is helping me. I know that I'm making good decisions now. I know that I can have hope that things will get better because they have been getting better. And believe me, you're going to have peaks and valleys in life. It doesn't mean you're going to always stay on top of the mountain, but just know that once you gain that self-awareness, that you sit in stillness, and that you trust the process, you will also gain self-trust, which is needed in order to preserve yourself and have that self-love and that self-care that you need on a regular basis. In addition, we want to share the different reasons why you get stuck. You get stuck first because you may have a lack of mental clarity. If you have had times where things have happened and you're like, I don't know why that happened. You feel like, I don't know. I didn't learn anything from it. It didn't do anything for me. Sometimes we keep going through things because we haven't learned that lesson. Our eyes were not open. Our ears were not open. We have no clarity. We don't understand why this happened. I have many things, many things in my life of, I don't know why it happened. Like the origin to me, it really is unclear, but I still got the lesson behind it. Okay, now I know now not to do this. I know now to address this like that. I know now to not put myself in that situation. I know not to accept that kind of energy. I know now to make a different choice. But a lot of times there have been instances where I've heard people say, I'm not sure why that happened. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what I was supposed to learn from it. Nothing came out of that. But remember, there is a verse in the Bible, Romans 8:28, that actually says things work out for the greater good for those who are called for his purpose. So there is a greater good, even though it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good. It may be a horrible, traumatic, horrific time that you go through, the deepest of valleys, the low, pit of your stomach kind of things may happen. And, these things can come in the form, many different forms. It can come in the form of the ending of a relationship like divorce, or it could come from the death of a loved one. It could come from the loss of a home, or maybe a natural disaster. It is just amazing how things happen, and sometimes the good is hard to see. It's like not until the dust clears can you see like why this happened. What did I need to learn from this? Where's my growth? And that's why getting unstuck takes time. It's not an immediate process. It's not instant. It's not something that you will do and never have to do again. It's going to be an ongoing process. You're going to constantly be learning. Just when you think you've gotten over it, something's going to come up again. And we know that through grief, right? When we have grief of a loved one or anything like that, we are always challenged by, here we go again. I'm feeling that feeling again. Just know that when you learn the tools, know that you have everything you need already within you. Tap into those tools. And when I say tap in, I'm talking about prayer. I'm talking about mindfulness practice, mindfulness meditation. I'm talking about journaling. I'm talking about talking it out with someone you trust, or even a professional if you don't have anyone you trust in your circle right now. There's, sometimes the relationship dynamics change with people, and you're just not at a place where you feel like you could talk to somebody you know. So it would be better to just talk to someone you don't know. Sometimes you do. You just got to go through different things in your life like that. And you know what? That's okay, because you're doing what's best for you, not what makes them happy, not worrying about people pleasing, not worrying about what Sally wants, but what do you want? You want clarity. You want to be able to talk about things without judgment, without criticism, without people trying to solve it for you, and being able to equip yourself to be able to trust yourself and have that self-trust because you allowed yourself to have awareness and self-knowledge. Grow every day by just allowing yourself to add to your toolbox. Adding to your toolbox takes practice. Those micro tasks, doing things little bit by little bit, day to day. You cannot support yourself unless you are allowing yourself to grow, to be in the present moment, and take those many lessons that you learn on a daily basis, even from hearing, things that you've heard before over and over again in the past, and you start to hear again. Sometimes you hear it differently. Sometimes you hear things that you didn't hear the first time, or the first 2 times, or the first 10 times. It's such a blessing to know that you are constantly growing and learning. And once you have arrived, you can appreciate where you are. And just know that, again, you will go on another journey. But the journey, that process, that's where you find the strength. That's where you find your peace, and that's where you find your hope. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of PS10 Radio. As always, be the best you that you can be, one positive step at a time. Peace.